Let's just take you to Darwin. The Deputy Prime Minister Richard Marles is speaking along the Defence Industry Minister Pat Conroy is speaking of reviews. We had that Defence Strategic Review, of course, released on Monday. They're talking in Darwin. There was a lot of talk in that review around strengthening our northern bases as well. Let's have a listen as he's getting questions at the moment.
Oh, look, the review is happening. I've made the comment that it's not far off. It's a report being received by government. Let's wait and see what happens. Well, again, the answer to that really lies in the fact of the statements that we've made, both in opposition and now in government, in relation to the Port of Darwin, and the fact that we've commissioned a review into the sale of the Port of Darwin through the Department of Prime Minister and Cabinet. So I think that speaks volumes about the significance that we place upon it. The review's happening. Let's wait till we get the response and we'll go from there.
There's already a lot of pressure on housing in Darwin. If we're going to see a large increase in the number of personnel up here, we've seen the defence housing development put on hold by the Federal Environment Minister, Tanya Plibersek, because of concerns about the Gouldy and Finch. How are you going to make sure that there's enough housing here so that the cost of housing for people who already live here doesn't go through?
Yeah, that's a good question. And I mean, there's a whole lot of questions around amenity in the Northern Territory and here in Darwin, and housing is one of those where we don't have all the answers right now, but we will be working very closely with the Northern Territory government in the short term, but in the medium term, to make sure that we see an evolution in the amenity here in Darwin, including in respect of housing, which allows the growth that we are planning for in respect of defence.
Given the government's priority to rapidly prepare Australia for military threats, are you looking at the Defence Department's awarding of large consulting contracts to former US officers?
I think I'm not about to comment about what's been released out of the Pentagon Papers, which I think is where your question's coming from. I'd simply say this. When we seek expert advice in relation to critical issues and challenges that we face, we have a global perspective in terms of where we seek that advice from. And that's really important because we want the very best advice. We make no apology for that because the kinds of challenges and decisions that we're making are profoundly important for the future of our country, and where we have sought advice from those former officials in the US Navy, that has been on issues of profound importance for our nation's future. Thank you.